join me here in my lounge in Surrey, and what I want to do tonight is take you way back to the summer and to an event that I attended at Ford's previous headquarters, the Whalley headquarters, and it was actually a celebration of 50 years of the Capri. And I did a vlog that day and covered loads of Capris, but I think one bit of content that was probably missed was my favourite car of the show, and that was an RS500, and in my opinion probably one of the best RS500s I've ever seen. It belonged to a guy called Roy, and Roy's owned the car for 24 years, and it is an absolute credit to him. It's very low mileage, as you'll see in this video, and it's been absolutely cherished and cared for, and it's a very original example. I wanted to talk a bit more about the RS500 today. The RS500, there was clearly 500 built to homologate Group A racing at the time. The car had some differences to the road version. The power was up to 224 horsepower, and it also had some aerodynamic aids. It had more air ducting in the front bumper, it had a lower front spoiler, and it had an additional lip on both the whale tail and also the boot lid. The cars were predominantly produced in black, but there were also some moonstone blue and diamond white examples. Black, for me personally, is my favourite, and Roy's example is gleaming in the original black paintwork, which you're going to see in the video in a moment. The RS500 was commissioned by Ford, and they paid £500,000 to Tickford to build and convert the cars to RS500 form. There's rumours that when the car was homologated that perhaps all 500 were not built at the time, but they are just rumours. I'm pretty confident there are 500 cars, or maybe even more, in existence. Each of the car features a number, and Roy's car is number 401, and it is the penultimate black car off the production line. The daddy of them all, RS500. What a beaut.
You will have to move out of the way.
It's fine. I can't ask you to move out of the way your own car. There you go. The owner of the RS500. What a winner. He's winning at life. Love it. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Cavalier Calibra, I think they were called. My mum and dad nearly bought a 130 SRI, same year as this. Could have changed my life. We bought an Orion instead, but glad we did. But I've got a bit of a soft spot for the Mark II Cavalier. Odd to find one at a Ford meet, but this thing's cool. Look at it. It's so 80s, it's so period, and I've got to say I love this. I would buy one of these. Shoot me now, bear in mind I run a Ford centric page, but I think this is a cool car. I think that is really cool. So we've come back, now there's less people around it to look at the RS500. I've just been speaking to the owner, he's had it 24 years and it is an absolute credit to him. It's all original paint, it's all original car, 500 Cos, the number plate. It's an absolute beaut. It's a credit to the owner. Original paint, just been detailed. Gorgeous. How many of these are there out there? The thing I love is, I love the fact that the guy who owns it has had it for so long and it's not been abused, it's looked after. It's got an exhaust on the back like all Cosworths should have. Outwardly rolled. It's an absolute beast. So we're just going to have a look inside as well. We've got permission. So as you can see, 29,000 miles, number 401 of 500, and it's all original. Look at that, the original radio cassette, an amplifier, the Tickford badge. Owner tells me these seat covers have been on it for 24 years and no one has ever sat in the back. Look at the back of this car. An Essex Atlas, what else would you need in a car like this? It's absolutely stunning. Amazing car. Absolute credit. Be careful shutting the door. So yeah, probably one of the nicest RS500s I've ever seen. So this is number 401. This is the penultimate black car off the production line, the last one being 418. But it's the detail, look at it, RS500, the Tickford badge in. Look at the reflection in the paint, absolutely amazing car. I think the reason the Sierra back in the day was so successful and so adored by fans is that it was accessible in its standard form. We had a Sierra when I was growing up, we had a Sierra Sapphire 1.8 GLX, and I absolutely loved that car. And you could almost associate when you went out in the car, when we went out on family trips, that a similar car was on the race circuit, and that was the RS500. But I think, you know, as you'll see in this advert, there was a Sierra for everyone.
It's a world champion. It has fuel injection. It's turbocharged. It has a 2.9-litre engine. It's a race winner. It's the British Rally champion. It has four-wheel drive. It's a diesel. It's a hatchback, a saloon, and an estate car. It's the leader of its class. There is only one Ford Sierra.
For me, I've been lucky enough to drive the RS200, but for me the 500 is the daddy of them all. It is the best RS I believe ever made. That's a controversial point, but the Sierra RS500 is the car that I would love to own that haven't yet done so. That said, there is a car out there. The owner, who I know well, or reasonably well, he's had it for a very, very long time. If that car comes available, I will buy that car. But until that day, I shall probably stick with what I have. Anyway, that's enough of me talking. You've seen the advert. Let's see Roy's car in more detail. So here we are again, back with my favourite RS500. We couldn't leave this one out of the video, could we? We couldn't leave it out of the video, could we?
401.
401?
418 is the last one.
418 is the last one. 401. What a beaut. As I said, that was a rewind right back to the summer. And I think because of the length of the video back at the Capri meet, I believe the RS500 got lost. So I wanted to bring it right back up to the forefront and show you why this car is so special. And I'm sure you can agree with me, it is a credit to Roy and such a fine example. And I just think the 500 Cos number plate just finishes the car off a treat. Some of the vigilant of you, I'm sure, will have noticed there was also a Cavalier in there. And the reason for that being, you know, it does tell the story. If my mum and dad had bought the Cavalier SRI kind of way back in 1989, my whole journey could have been so different. So I think it's a rare car. It was also built by Tickford, and it was great just to have that in the video. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video and this trip back, this nostalgic trip back to 1987. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Thanks, guys.